Hello, I'm Jennifer Goodman with Good Life Realty, and I'm here today with Steve Zagorski and his team from Steve Zagorski Architects. They have this year's entry of 2405 Rockingham Circle, which is a fantastic house in this year's Austin Modern Homes Tour. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for inviting us, and we're happy to be here.
Excellent. So let's talk a little bit about the house. Steve, can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration for this house?
I think with a lot of our projects, the main inspiration is the context, the lot, and sometimes we'll have some carryover things from other projects that we plug in, but yeah, I would say mostly the lot.
Also, this house is a little inspired by a courtyard type of house because it all revolves around a central exterior outdoor area that you can actually access from most points of the house, either visually or physically. So it's pretty much a house that evolves around the courtyard.
Mm-hmm. What would you say makes this house unique?
I know the homeowners really like that they can get up out of bed in the morning and see through the house to the street and like see people, or if they're in the kitchen, they can see their artwork in their bedroom, and just this really great open feeling to the house that all the glass really lets a lot of light in and brings the outdoors in.
Steve, do you have a favorite room in the house?
I would say, the glue that holds it all together is probably the living, dining, kitchen area. It's just a feel-good space for the most part.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite room?
Well, that's the main space. But I really like also just when you come into the house, when you're approaching it and just coming up the steps and getting into the door. And then once you open the door, you can see through the courtyard, and then you can see and turn the kitchen, dining, living. So it's kind of like a good surprise when you come into the front door.
Yeah, it does have. Yeah, it has really nice curb appeal without question. And you're right. There's something about when you open that door, there's like this transition that you've really like entered the house. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even if you're still able to see it from the outside a lot.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite room different from the others?
I really like the mezzanine. I like we had to deal with the site and respond to the site and the site level changes. So I really like the interconnectivity of spaces that the mezzanine creates with the kitchen, creates with the stairwell, and it's just like this really nice open feel that just kind of extend the house and ties it together.
It also, from an elevation perspective, the way it's tucked in, it's like a whole separate kid area away from, where the parents' room is. And like, you don't even have to think twice about that area because you don't see it from that main.
Yeah, you can just shut it down.
It's good for teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to have their own space.
Absolutely. Are there any eco-friendly materials or efficiencies that you built into the house based on the way you sited it?
It's hard not to have eco-friendly materials in houses these days. I mean, everybody wants it. Sustainability has been around for, 15, 20 years now. Mm-hmm. And green building also. And so, from everything from the trusses that we use that are made in small pieces of wood as opposed to large timbers, to hardy plank, things like that. We've done other things, low VOCs, and also if you think about in that space during the day, you don't really need to flip on any lights either. So I'd say, hey, if you don't have to use any electricity during the day for lighting, illuminating, then that's a bonus, I guess, or perk.
For sure. For 12 hours a day, no lights, it's great. Other than that tree, what other considerations did you have regarding that exterior space and how you sited it? I mean, I know there's a few trees.
Yeah, we work on so many houses with a 50 plus or minus foot wide lot, and so when you get a corner lot, it's a real it's a wonderful thing because you can do something a little different. And so with this one, I think we just tried to crack it open to the public, so that when you drive by, you can kind of get a really good feel of, what's going on in there. And I suppose what's going on is, they're two solids connected by a void, you know, and so I don't know. That's kind of care to add to that.
Yeah, well, it's as Steve said, it's always exciting to work in a corner lot. There are not too many out there. It's kind of like a breath of fresh air because you get to play with the facades a little bit more than just that 50-foot regular facade that you get. So it's kind of fun to see the house from the different approaches that you get, the curve appeal that it generates and how it keeps changing as you move around it, or from across the canal the other street. Like, it has so many different sides of it. So yeah, that was fun.
And internally, within the space, what were those considerations when you were doing it? Because it was a spec house. I mean, it comes off custom with all of the features. So what did you have to consider?
I think just a lot of openness, transparency, layers, things like that. And I think Celeste pointed out that kind of a nice surprise element. We've done projects where there's a wall of denial and you actually open it and then there's this amazing view, which is kind of nice. You know, it's like a surprise. So yeah, I guess that would be it.
The other fun part about this house is the layers of transparency that you have there, because the interiors feel all connected together, even if they're all completely in a different area of the house. Like, you can stand in the kitchen or a dining room and then you can see all the way through the master bedroom, which kind of makes you feel part of it all, even if it's just separated by physical space. So that was one of the ideas too with this house.
Well, it is a fabulous house.
Well, thank you very much. And thanks again for having us here.
Absolutely. Well, I'm Jennifer Goodman with Good Life Realty, and I've been here today with Steve Zagorski, Caitlin, and Celeste from Steve Zagorski Architects, and their entry of 2405 Rockingham Circle is fantastic. You're not going to want to miss that one on the tour. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.